A tiger operator affiliated with former Netflix star Joe Exotic was killed by one of the big cats under his care, an Oklahoma-based reserve announced over the weekend. The Growler Pines Tiger Preserve confirmed the tragic passing of Ryan Easley, who died in an accident involving a tiger on Saturday, September 20, according to a Facebook statement. No further details on how he was killed were made public, but the announcement alone was enough to send a wave of grief and reflection through the entire exotic animal community, both in Oklahoma and far beyond. For many who dedicate their lives to caring for these incredible creatures, this was more than just another headline. It was a painful reminder of the risks they willingly face every day, and of the bonds they form with animals who can never truly be tamed. Ryan Easley was not a casual handler. Those who knew him describe a man whose life revolved around the animals under his care, a man who woke up thinking about their feeding schedules and went to bed worrying about their health. He had a way of understanding these animals on an almost intuitive level, an understanding that came not from recklessness, but from years of careful observation and patient work. To Ryan, the tigers were not simply wild animals locked behind enclosures, they were living, breathing individuals, each with distinct personalities, moods, and quirks. He often referred to them as his family, and the bond he shared with them was something that impressed visitors and new volunteers alike. There are stories of Ryan sitting outside an enclosure in the early morning hours, quietly talking to one of the more anxious tigers until it calmed down. He believed that forming a relationship based on trust and respect was the key to keeping both the animals and their handlers safe. The Growler Pines Tiger Preserve, where Easley worked, is known as a sanctuary for big cats who have been rescued from abusive conditions, illegal roadside zoos, and owners who could no longer care for them. Sanctuaries like these are rare havens in a country where the exotic animal trade is still very much a reality. Easley was proud to be a part of this mission. He had seen firsthand the state many of the animals arrived in, underfed, sick, terrified, and he took pride in being part of their recovery. Friends recall how he would light up whenever a formerly neglected tiger started to play again, or when an animal gained enough strength to finally roam around its enclosure with confidence. Those moments reminded him why the hard work, long hours, and personal risks were worth it. The statement released by Growler Pines described his death as a painful reminder of both the beauty and unpredictability of the natural world, a line that many found particularly moving. Ryan himself had often spoken about this very idea, warning that the majesty of a tiger should never be underestimated. He was known for his emphasis on safety and procedure, always reminding volunteers that tigers are apex predators with instincts that cannot be erased by human affection. "They are who they are," he was once heard saying during a tour, "and we are here to respect that, not to turn them into pets." These words, now circulating online in tribute posts, feel almost prophetic in light of the accident that took his life. Ryan's passing was also acknowledged by former zookeeper Joseph Maldonado, widely known as Joe Exotic after becoming the unlikely star of Netflix's hit documentary series Tiger King. Maldonado, who is currently serving a 21-year sentence at Fort Worth's Federal Medical Center following his conviction in a murder-for-hire case, reportedly posted a message of condolence on social media before later removing it. According to the Oklahoman, he wrote, "Prayers go out to his family." Ryan took great care of his animals. He loved every one of those tigers and was an advocate for tigers as well as elephants. The words carried extra weight given Maldonado's own complicated legacy. For all the controversy that surrounds him, this was a rare moment of unity in the community, a shared recognition of a man who had dedicated his life to animal care. Ryan's death has reopened a long-standing debate about the ethics and dangers of keeping big cats in captivity. Critics argue that tragedies like this prove that these animals do not belong in enclosures, no matter how large or well-maintained. Supporters of sanctuaries counter that without them, many of these tigers would have no future at all, often facing euthanasia or continued mistreatment. Ryan was firmly in the camp of responsible stewardship, advocating for higher safety standards, proper training, and public education. He believed that by allowing people to see these animals up close and understand their plight, it was possible to inspire more support for conservation efforts in the wild. For him, the work was never just about caring for the animals in front of him but also about ensuring the survival of their species. The grief following his death has been palpable. Visitors have left flowers, photos, and handwritten notes at the entrance of Growler Pines. Volunteers have shared stories of how Ryan mentored them, teaching them how to approach a nervous tiger, how to recognize signs of stress in an animal, and how to remain calm even in dangerous situations. His ability to balance caution with compassion was something that left a lasting impression on everyone he trained. One former volunteer wrote on Facebook, "Ryan didn't just teach me how to work with animals, he taught me patience, respect, and the importance of staying humble. He made me fall in love with the work." Images and videos of Ryan interacting with the tigers have been widely shared online in the days since his passing. There are clips of him bottle feeding cubs, tossing enrichment toys into enclosures, and laughing as a tiger rolled over in a patch of sun like an oversized house cat. These moments remind the public that behind every headline about a tragedy is a person who lived a full, passionate life. The memorial posts do not dwell on the accident itself, but celebrate the man who gave everything to the animals he loved. The sanctuary has announced plans for a memorial event in Ryan's honor, where colleagues and supporters will gather to share stories and raise funds for animal care, something Ryan would have wanted. His colleagues have vowed to continue the work he started, keeping his legacy alive through every tiger they rehabilitate and every visitor they educate. They say the best way to honor him is not with silence, but with renewed commitment to the cause he cared about most. Beyond the grief, Ryan's death has prompted deeper reflection on the complicated legacy of the Tiger King era. When the series first aired, it turned the world of private zoos and big cat sanctuaries into a spectacle, complete with feuds, scandals, and sensational headlines. But for people like Ryan, the work was never about fame or controversy. It was about stewardship, about doing the quiet, unglamorous labor of keeping animals safe and healthy. In a way, his story is a corrective to the chaotic narrative left behind by the show, a reminder that not everyone in this world is chasing the spotlight. Some are simply trying to do the right thing. As those closest to him prepare to say goodbye, there is comfort in knowing that Ryan's spirit will live on in the preserve he loved. Every roar that echoes through the sanctuary, every rescued tiger that takes its first steps toward recovery, will be a part of his legacy. Though his death was sudden and tragic, the life he led continues to inspire those who remain, to respect nature, to protect it, and to never forget that even in tragedy, there can be meaning. His story is one of love, risk, and devotion, and that story will be told for years to come, not just as a tale of loss, but as a testament to the kind of person he was and the animals who made his life's work worthwhile. In many ways, Ryan's death has become not just a story about loss, but about resilience, of a community that continues to work through heartbreak, of colleagues who get up each day and face the enclosures with renewed caution but also renewed determination. The tigers he cared for still need food, enrichment, and medical attention. Life at Growler Pines cannot stop, even as those caring for the animals grieve. Well guys, what are your thoughts? Do tell us. Thanks for watching.